The legend of Atlantis, a sophisticated island civilization said to have sunk into the ocean in a single day and night of misfortune, has captivated the human imagination for centuries. First mentioned by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, the story of Atlantis has evolved from a philosophical allegory into one of history's most enduring mysteries. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss new stories. And also, write a comment what story you would like to hear next. The origin of the Atlantis legend is deeply rooted in the works of the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, who lived from 427 to 347 BCE. Atlantis first appears in two of his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, as a powerful and advanced island nation that existed beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. According to Plato, Atlantis was a utopian society that boasted remarkable achievements in engineering, architecture, and government, and also conquered many parts of Western Europe and Africa 9,000 years before his time. However, its people eventually became morally corrupt, leading the gods to submerge the island into the Atlantic Ocean as punishment. Plato's detailed description of Atlantis was not intended as a historical account, but served as a backdrop for his philosophical teachings on hubris, divine retribution, and the ideal state. In Timaeus, the story of Atlantis is introduced by the character Critias, who claims it was passed down to him from his grandfather, who in turn heard it from the Athenian statesman Solon. Solon, according to the narrative, learned of Atlantis during his travels in Egypt, where priests spoke of a great power that once rivaled ancient Athens and described its sudden downfall. The exact purpose of the Atlantis narrative within Plato's dialogues remains a subject of debate among scholars. Some interpret it as a literal recounting of historical events, possibly inspired by older traditions or Plato's own imaginative speculation on the existence of a lost civilization. Others view it as purely allegorical, a fictional tale crafted by Plato to illustrate his philosophical and political ideas, particularly the concept of an ideal society and the dangers of moral decay. Despite the speculative nature of the Atlantis story, its origins in Plato's works have inspired countless generations to search for the lost island, theorize about its possible location, and reimagine its culture and technology. The tale of Atlantis has transcended its philosophical roots to become one of the most enduring and captivating myths in human history, fueling explorations, literary works, and even pseudoscientific theories about ancient civilizations. Its appeal lies not just in the mystery of a lost island, but in the universal themes of human ambition, divine justice, and the cyclical rise and fall of societies, which continue to resonate thousands of years after Plato first wrote about the fabled Atlantis. The historical and geographical context of the Atlantis legend is deeply intertwined with the ancient world's understanding of geography and the limited information available to them about distant lands. Plato situates Atlantis beyond the Pillars of Hercules, the name given in antiquity to the promontories that flank the entrance to the Strait of Gibraltar. This location places Atlantis at the very edge of the known world for the Greeks, in the vast and largely unexplored Atlantic Ocean. The choice of this setting reflects the Greeks' curiosity and speculation about what lay beyond their familiar Mediterranean world. Plato's era was one of exploration and expansion for the Greek civilization. The Greeks were establishing colonies throughout the Mediterranean and Black Sea regions, coming into contact with a variety of cultures and peoples. This period of exploration likely influenced Plato's depiction of Atlantis as a powerful naval force that could project its power far beyond its home territory, including into parts of Europe and Africa. The geographical setting of Atlantis, as described by Plato, also serves to highlight the themes of his story. By placing Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean, beyond the known boundaries of the world, Plato emphasizes the contrast between the ideal society he describes in the familiar Greek world. This setting also reinforces the narrative's moral lessons about hubris and divine retribution, as Atlantis's advanced civilization is not enough to prevent its downfall and ultimate disappearance beneath the waves. The legend of Atlantis has spawned a wide array of theories and interpretations since Plato first wrote about the lost island over 2 millennia ago. These theories range from attempts to identify historical and geographical realities that might have inspired the tale to more speculative and sometimes pseudoscientific explanations. One of the most widely supported theories suggests that the story of Atlantis was inspired by the Minoan civilization on Crete and the surrounding islands. The Minoans were a highly advanced society for their time, and their civilization suffered a dramatic decline around 1600 BCE, possibly due to the massive volcanic eruption on Thera, modern-day Santorini. The similarities between the advanced seafaring civilization described by Plato and the archaeological evidence of the Minoan civilization have led many scholars to draw parallels between the two. Another theory posits that Atlantis was based on Tartessos, an ancient trading city in what is now southwestern Spain. Tartessos was known to the Greeks and existed near the Pillars of Hercules, fitting Plato's description of Atlantis's location. The city's sudden disappearance from historical records could have inspired legends of a lost civilization. Some researchers have speculated that the story of Atlantis could be linked to catastrophic flooding in the Black Sea region around 5600 BCE. According to this theory, the rising levels of the Mediterranean breached the Bosporus, flooding what was then a freshwater lake and inundating advanced Neolithic settlements. A more speculative theory suggests that Atlantis was actually located in Antarctica, proposing that the continent was ice-free and inhabited by an advanced civilization in remote antiquity. This theory relies on controversial interpretations of geological and historical data and is not supported by mainstream science. Some interpretations of the Atlantis legend involve extraterrestrial influences, suggesting that the advanced technology and remarkable achievements of Atlantis were the result of contact with alien civilizations. These theories often draw on similarities between Atlantis and other ancient myths of gods descending from the sky, but they lack empirical evidence and are considered pseudoscientific. Many scholars and philosophers interpret Atlantis not as a historical account, but as a metaphor or allegory created by Plato to convey philosophical teachings. In this view, Atlantis represents the hubris of civilizations that abandon moral virtue and justice, leading to their inevitable downfall. This interpretation aligns with Plato's use of allegorical tales to illustrate his philosophical ideas in other works. Some interpretations view Atlantis as an archetypal myth that resonates with universal themes of paradise lost, divine retribution, and the cyclical rise and fall of civilizations. This perspective suggests that Atlantis taps into deep-seated psychological and cultural narratives shared by many societies. The enduring fascination with Atlantis reflects modern desires for exploration, the discovery of hidden knowledge, and the hope of finding lost wisdom from ancient times. In this sense, Atlantis serves as a canvas onto which people project their hopes, fears, and speculative histories. In summary, the theories and interpretations surrounding Atlantis range from plausible historical explanations to speculative and pseudoscientific ideas. Atlantis has been a fertile ground for writers across different genres, from science fiction to fantasy and historical fiction. Early modern works, such as Francis Bacon's New Atlantis, 1627, envisioned utopian societies or used the myth of Atlantis to explore philosophical ideas. In the 19th and 20th centuries, writers like Jules Verne in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and Arthur Conan Doyle in The Maricot Deep incorporated Atlantis into adventure and speculative fiction, often focusing on the technological marvels or the mystical aspects of the lost civilization. Atlantis has been a popular theme in movies and TV shows, often depicted as an underwater kingdom with advanced technology and sometimes magical powers. Films like Atlantis: The Lost Empire in 2001 and its sequels or adaptations offer a blend of adventure, exploration, and the discovery of ancient wisdom. Television series and documentaries have also explored the myth from various angles, ranging from historical investigations to speculative interpretations involving extraterrestrial influences. Video games have frequently used Atlantis as a setting or plot device, offering players the chance to explore or rediscover the lost civilization. Titles like Assassin's Creed Odyssey allow players to engage with the mythological and historical aspects of Atlantis in an interactive format, blending action, adventure, and the exploration of ancient ruins. The legend of Atlantis remains a powerful symbol in culture and popular imagination, embodying humanity's longing for lost knowledge. The legend of Atlantis, straddling the line between history and myth, continues to fascinate and inspire. Its enduring appeal lies not in the quest for empirical truth, but in what it represents: the human yearning for discovery, the cautionary tales of our ancestors, and the limitless possibilities of imagination. Whether Atlantis ever existed as Plato described is a question that may never be definitively answered, but the search for Atlantis has, in itself, become a testament to the enduring power of myth and the eternal quest for knowledge. Thank you for watching the video. If you have questions, write them in the comments. And also check out our channel, we have some more interesting videos.